FBI, open up. Yes, you heard that right. Juanita Bynum, the controversial preacher known for her miracle seeds, is back in the headlines. And this time, it's more shocking than ever. Thousands of people sent in $1,033 and $333, hoping for divine blessings. But questions are now swirling. Where did all that money go? Did these miracle seeds really work, or was it all just a scandal waiting to explode? Stick around, because the truth behind Juanita Bynum's $1,033 and $333 miracle seed promises is far more dramatic than anyone imagined. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about and controversial stories in the world of faith, celebrity pastors, and so-called miracle promises. Juanita Bynum, a figure known for her charismatic preaching and dramatic declarations of faith, has once again found herself at the center of a storm. This time, it involves thousands of dollars sent in by followers hoping to receive blessings through her $1,033 and $333 miracle seeds. In this video, we're going to break down the entire story, how this fundraising effort began, what it promised, and why it has raised serious questions and even legal scrutiny. You'll learn the facts behind the hype, the reactions from fans and critics alike, and the possible consequences this scandal could have for Juanita Bynum and her ministry. By the end of this video, you'll have the full picture of why people are calling for accountability, why the phrase FBI open up is trending in connection to her, and whether these miracle seed claims are truly miraculous or something far more controversial. Make sure you stick around because some of the revelations we'll cover are shocking and could change the way you view faith-based fundraising entirely. Juanita Bynum is no stranger to controversy. For decades, she has been a prominent figure in the world of charismatic preaching, known for her fiery sermons, dramatic declarations, and large devoted following. From hosting conferences to appearing on television and radio programs, she has cultivated a reputation as a spiritual guide capable of inspiring massive audiences. Yet behind the scenes, her ministry has long been associated with dramatic fundraising campaigns, miraculous claims, and often questions from critics about transparency and accountability. The Miracle Seed campaign is perhaps the most high-profile and contentious of her initiatives. Traditionally, miracle seeds are small monetary gifts sent by followers with the promise of spiritual blessings, financial breakthroughs, or divine favor. Juanita Bynum's recent campaign specifically asked for donations of $33 and $333, numbers she claimed were spiritually significant. According to her messaging, sending in these amounts could unlock life-changing miracles, a concept that has both inspired and alarmed her audience. What makes this campaign particularly controversial is the scale and the visibility. Thousands of followers reportedly participated, motivated by faith and the hope of receiving blessings. Social media posts, emails, and promotional videos all reinforce the promise of miraculous returns, creating a sense of urgency and spiritual importance. Critics, however, argue that these practices tread a fine line between faith-based giving and exploitation, raising questions about how the funds were used and whether the miraculous claims could be substantiated. The historical context is also important. Juanita Bynum has faced scrutiny before for her fundraising methods, with reports in the past questioning her financial transparency and the outcomes of previous miracle seed campaigns. While supporters point to testimonies of blessings received, skeptics highlight the lack of concrete evidence, creating a divide between faith-driven followers and critical observers. And here's the first cliffhanger. While the Miracle Seed campaign promised divine favor, insiders now claim that there may have been irregularities in how the donations were handled, prompting legal attention and even online calls for accountability. Could this campaign lead to an official investigation? The answer may surprise you, and we'll dive into that in the next section, exploring the shocking financial and legal aspects behind the $1,033 and $333 Miracle Seed campaign. While Juanita Bynum's Miracle Seed campaign captivated thousands of followers, it also drew sharp criticism and increasing scrutiny from watchdogs and online communities. The request for $1,033 and $333 donations may have seemed spiritually symbolic to many, but critics argue that the large sums raise serious questions about transparency and accountability. Where did all this money go? How were these funds managed? And were they truly used to further charitable or spiritual causes as promised? According to multiple reports, the scale of the campaign was massive. Followers reportedly sent in thousands of dollars, each hoping for the promised miraculous breakthrough. Social media feeds were flooded with posts of excitement, testimonies of hope, and claims that miracles were on the way. Yet, as the donations poured in, so did skepticism. Online forums, watchdog groups, and even investigative bloggers began raising questions about whether the campaign was primarily a marketing tool to generate revenue for the ministry rather than a purely faith-driven initiative. Legal experts note that campaigns involving monetary donations tied to promised outcomes, especially spiritual or miraculous ones, can sometimes attract the attention of authorities. While faith-based organizations are generally protected under religious exemptions, there are boundaries, particularly when the solicitation of funds is coupled with claims of guaranteed results. This is where the controversy escalates. Some insiders and online commentators suggest that the $133 and $330 campaign may have crossed a line, prompting discussions about potential investigations or audits. The backlash was immediate and widespread. Critics flooded social media with phrases like "FBI open up," a viral expression used to indicate suspicion of wrongdoing, implying that the campaign might warrant official attention. Memes, video critiques, and commentary from influential voices amplified the narrative, making the controversy a trending topic across multiple platforms. Supporters, on the other hand, defended Juanita Bynum, emphasizing faith, trust, and the spiritual significance of the donations. The divide between believers and skeptics created a perfect storm of drama, fueling endless debate and media coverage. And here's the suspenseful twist. Insiders claim that there are documents, transaction records, and communications that suggest some donations may not have been fully accounted for. While nothing has been officially confirmed by authorities, the possibility of legal consequences looms, leaving both followers and critics on edge. Could this campaign lead to a formal investigation? Could Juanita Bynum face penalties? Or will the faith-driven defense protect her ministry? These are questions that keep the story unfolding. And in the next section, we'll explore the public reactions, celebrity opinions, and explosive online debates that have turned this Miracle Seed campaign into a national conversation. As news of Juanita Bynum's $33 and $333 Miracle Seed campaign spread, social media erupted in a wave of reactions that range from awe-inspired devotion to outright skepticism. The phrase "FBI open up" quickly went viral, capturing the collective suspicion and shock of viewers who questioned whether such a campaign could truly deliver on its promises, or whether it was a high-profile case of financial exploitation masked as faith. Fans and followers flooded platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with testimonies of hope, claiming they had sent the Miracle Seed donations and were already seeing spiritual or material blessings. Some shared stories of job promotions, financial windfalls, or personal breakthroughs that they attributed to the miraculous power of Juanita Bynum's seeds. These posts fueled the narrative of a spiritual phenomenon, giving credence to the campaign in the eyes of believers and creating a sense of urgency for others to participate. However, the skeptics were equally loud and persistent. Online communities dissected videos, emails, and promotional messages, highlighting inconsistencies and questioning the transparency of the ministry. Some critics pointed out that despite thousands of donations, there was little verifiable evidence showing how the funds were allocated or whether the miraculous outcomes were independently verified. Memes and viral commentary ridiculing the campaign multiplied, turning the controversy into one of the most discussed topics in online faith circles. The debate also drew attention from influential commentators and celebrities who questioned the ethics of soliciting large sums of money in exchange for promised spiritual rewards. Some religious experts weighed in, highlighting that while faith-based giving is a long-standing practice, promising guaranteed miracles in return for monetary donations can enter legally and ethically gray areas. This further amplified the discussion, elevating the story from a viral social media moment to a national conversation about faith, accountability, and financial ethics. And here's the first major cliffhanger in this section. Whispers from insiders suggest that there may have been additional irregularities in how the Miracle Seed campaign funds were handled. Some claim that certain transactions are now under review by financial authorities, though no official statement has been released. Could these reports indicate potential legal trouble for Juanita Bynum? Could this viral scandal escalate even further? The answers remain unclear, but the suspense has captivated audiences across the nation. Adding to the drama, online reactions have not been limited to commentary and memes. Some followers have staged live-streamed prayers, demanding divine intervention, while critics have launched petitions and open letters questioning the legitimacy of the campaign. The polarizing nature of the story has kept it trending for weeks, with hashtags related to the Miracle Seed campaign dominating conversations. Every new post, video, or claim seems to add another layer of complexity to an already explosive situation. With the viral uproar surrounding Juanita Bynum's $1,033 and $333 Miracle Seed campaign, the potential fallout is massive and multifaceted. Beyond the heated debates on social media, experts suggest that the ministry could face serious legal, financial, and reputational consequences if authorities decide to investigate. While faith-based organizations enjoy protections under religious exemptions, campaigns that solicit large donations with promised outcomes, especially miraculous ones, often fall into a gray area where transparency and accountability are critical. Insiders claim that transaction records, internal communications, and promotional materials could become key points of interest if regulators or investigative bodies choose to examine the campaign. While nothing has been confirmed publicly, the mere suggestion of scrutiny has sent shockwaves through the faith and online communities. Could Juanita Bynum's ministry be facing audits or inquiries? Could followers demand refunds or pursue legal action if they feel misled? These are questions that hang over the ministry like a storm cloud, creating suspense and uncertainty for everyone involved. Financially, the impact could be significant. Thousands of dollars sent by followers, while intended as donations for spiritual blessings, represent a massive pool of funds that critics argue must be accounted for properly. Any perceived mismanagement, whether intentional or accidental, could spark lawsuits or regulatory reviews. Moreover, the optics of the situation, millions of followers watching, news outlets reporting, and social media amplifying every claim, means that public perception could have lasting consequences for Juanita Bynum's credibility and ability to fund future ministry campaigns. Reputationally, the stakes are just as high. Even devoted followers who believe in the miracle seeds may question the ministry's transparency after seeing viral criticism and speculation online. Social media amplifies doubt quickly, and in today's digital age, a single viral post can drastically shift public opinion in a matter of hours. For Juanita Bynum, this means navigating a delicate balance, reassuring believers, addressing critics, and maintaining her public image in the midst of unprecedented scrutiny. And here's the suspenseful twist. Sources suggest that there could be additional, undisclosed information about the campaign that has yet to surface. Documents, recordings, or testimonies that could dramatically alter the narrative. Could this be a tipping point that transforms the entire story from a controversial fundraising campaign into a major scandal with real-world legal consequences? Only time will tell, but the uncertainty has fans, critics, and media outlets glued to every update. Furthermore, the ripple effects extend beyond just Juanita Bynum and her followers. The story has sparked a broader conversation about accountability in faith-based fundraising, raising ethical questions about how spiritual promises intersect with monetary contributions. Religious leaders, financial experts, and even celebrity commentators are weighing in, creating a national dialogue that could influence policies, regulations, and the way ministries operate in the future. Finally, while the immediate future remains uncertain, one thing is clear: this saga is far from over. Whether through legal proceedings, social media revelations, or insider leaks, new developments are likely to emerge, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats. The next and final section will summarize the key takeaways, examine the lessons that can be learned from this controversy, and leave viewers with a suspenseful reminder that in the world of high-profile ministries, nothing is ever as it seems.